Nothing potted yet then. I think everyone's expecting fireworks, and I'm sure they'll come, but at the moment, cagey in this opening frame. Well, Trump just coming around to see if that's a two-ball plant, but not sure that it is. I don't think they're set to the corner. No chance really at a pot yet from either player. Just good safety so far, and it's been well appreciated by the crowd here in Antwerp. Snooker in Belgium has been a terrific success, and they've got the final I'm sure many of them wanted. They've been rewarded for their support because it is packed. Look at this shot. Terrific safety from both players so far. This is the other side of snooker, the skill that you need in the tactical exchanges. What they're obviously doing is trying to get as much distance as they can and not leave anything on at all, because if either of them gets in, you could see a big break coming. So it's the stopping them getting in that's the key here. But I refer back to what I said before, pink and black slightly out of commission there. Blue's available though if either player gets in. And O'Sullivan has caught the blue, so that's the first mistake we've seen. Judd Trump could do with getting that blue back on its spot pretty quickly. First of all, though, he's got to prop this red. First ball of the final then, courtesy of Judd Trump. But as I say, this is hard work because pink and black out of commission. Going to have to take the yellow here. The only problem with that shot, that's going to block the path of the blue to the yellow pocket.
3.
So this is hard work coming up. If he can get the blue back on its spot, if it pops to the green pocket, he needs to try and get on it and get it back on its spot as quickly as he can. Not going to do it in this shot. Oh, hang on. Well, that's, I guess, a little unfortunate going off.
4. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Well, he had the first chance, but as I said, it was always going to be awkward. At least the blue now has come out into the open. O'Sullivan caught that one a little thick, but he has made it past the baulk line. Well, that's just brilliant. And that's the sort of thing we're going to see, I suspect, from both of them. Certainly from Trump. Been knocking those in all day. An acute angle as well, but it didn't bother him. So now this is a chance to put a few together. Well, he's missed the green. Can you believe it?
Judd Trump, 1.
Well, they can't pot everything, but also, even these two players, there'll be a few early final nerves, I'm sure. Well, there you are. This is just jostling for position, really, at the moment, at the start of the final, before I suspect the big stuff comes. That's a mistake, though, from Trump. So this is another chance for O'Sullivan just to try and get a few points together. That's his first pot of the match. And he is going to get the blue back on its spot. And if anyone's going to fashion something out of nothing, it's going to be this man. Made a brilliant 97 break in a clearance in his match against Graham Dott, when just felt watching him that it's hard to imagine another player doing and making the break that he did in quite the same style, which of course is why he's the biggest draw, box office draw in the sport. O'Sullivan in then in frame 1.
7.
I suppose the only pity really about this match is that it's not longer. It's best of 7. All matches are in the PTC, including the grand finals, including the final of that. So a quick start is important. Settle down early. There's no intervals or anything
13.
like that. You've got to stay out there till it's over. Go a couple down early on, you bang under it. He's only been in trouble really once in the tournament. It was 2-1 down to Stephen Lee earlier on, but
18.
he won that match in the last 16 this morning and has motored ever since. And as I said earlier, his attitude has been excellent. He really seems determined. He's thinking right, playing right,
19.
playing the correct way, and playing really well too. You'd have to make him the favourite with his experience, but there's not much in it between these two. At the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan singing the blues. He's got no choice really, but he does have that
24.
green as a security fallback if he does lose position. It's going to be there over that pocket.
$25.
Of course, when you take smaller colours, you don't quite go ahead by as many.
31.
Hasn't quite come the right side of the blue. So, as I say, he's got that green if he needs it. He's 30 ahead. Well, he's going to take the yellow left-handed. It's always, of course, helpful when you can switch your hand like that. As Ronnie O'Sullivan can, and does. And the white is travelling and travelling.
33.
Presume this red goes, so he's played a great recovery shot there by the looks of things, and he's got an excellent chance to take this frame. And he does have a bit of security with the 2 reds on the top cushion, which Judd Trump is going to need.
34.
This would be an excellent frame to win from where he started. Early on, that pink and black went safe, and he knew he'd have to do it mainly with blues. But what does it matter what the colours are when this man's in top form?
39. $40.
Well, I suppose a little pressure on this blue, but he can certainly stand up to that.
45.
He leads by 44. So, red, blue, red.
46.
Should be 1-0 to O'Sullivan. Won't need to bother about the 2 on the top cushion. Play for the loose one. And as long as he gets on it, the frame should be his, and he's got on it. And this has been a delightful break, hasn't it?
51.
Really good break. Both players a little edgy early on in the frame. Trump had a couple of chances. Played a poor safety to let O'Sullivan in, and O'Sullivan has done the rest in some style. It's going to be 1-0 the Rocket, and it's only first to 4, remember. What a shot that is.
$58.
Well, if he gets on this red and pots it, then, well, I'll show you how well he's playing. He'll have to be a little closer, or he's going to be on the side cushion virtually. If this goes
63.
in, well, every credit to him. Yeah, it was very tough. But a great start for Ronnie O'Sullivan. 63 doesn't sound a lot, but the way he made that break, where the balls were, that is excellent. Thoroughly deserves the round of applause he's getting from this capacity crowd in the Lotto Arena. Ronnie O'Sullivan 1, Judd Trump 0. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan's already won 2 PTC titles this season. He won the first and the 7th of the campaign. Judd Trump won the 2nd and was runner-up to Neil Robertson in the last one, the 8th in Killarney. So they're both going to be in the grand finals in the Republic of Ireland by the looks of things next March. Don't think I'm supposed to tell you actually that it's in Ireland, but I have done. And it's going to be a great field. Mark Selby, John Higgins, Graham Dott, Neil Robertson and many other top stars will be there. And there's still, of course, 3 PTCs to come after this. 2 in Sheffield and 1 in Germany in January. So these guys haven't finished the campaign yet, but the grand finals is what it's all about, because it's £70,000 to the winner, a lot of ranking points too. You want to get in the top 24 in the order of merit. These two will be there for sure.
Second frame.
O'Sullivan leads 1-0.
To break.
This is frame 2. It is a problem that it is a short match, and you might think, well, it's only 1-0, but Trump all of a sudden's under it, because if he doesn't win this frame, 2-0 down to O'Sullivan in the form he's in, he'll be struggling, to say the least, and O'Sullivan confidence will go up, and it's already pretty high. And they're going in the middle of the pockets. Hang on, that's going in the middle of that pocket. Well, he was away again there, but the in-off has clipped his wings. The support seems to be reasonably even. I thought when they were introduced, O'Sullivan probably had just a bit more, but they're both such popular players and great entertaining players to watch. I don't think there's much in it, and I'm sure Trump's fan base will grow and grow as he progresses. He's only 22 after all. O'Sullivan next month 36, but he looks well on it. Well, in the end, the kiss on the blue was okay. Great long pot from Trump. Could do with just putting a few together, getting his hand on the table, getting accustomed to being out there in this final. Well, just under-hit that.
4.
Sure, he played for the red on the right-hand side of the table. He's taking this one now on the left-hand side with the rest, which is more difficult. Trusting to a little bit of luck. Well, the black has gone over again onto that side cushion, so for the second consecutive frame, it's going to be out of commission. He's going to get the blue back on its spot here, though, if he pots it. Judd Trump is a real talent. We saw him win the China Open last season. We saw him go all the way to the final of the Crucible, just lost out 18-15 to John Higgins and won a PTC this season, and he's going to be winning titles, I'm sure, for many years. Plays such a refreshing style of game. He's cut from the same cloth as Alex Higgins and Jimmy White and, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan when it comes to shot making. But as with O'Sullivan in the last frame, it's just a bit awkward here.
11.
Well, it's the wrong side of the blue. He's looking at the black. It's a tough pot. He will get the black back on its spot. It's got to go in, though. So it's a big shot early on in the final, this. Oh, terrific. Brave shot. And he got it. He knew he'd be leaving that red to the middle. This had to go in, and it did go in. And that tells you a lot about Judd Trump's courage out there. Didn't shirk from that one. He's opened the game up by getting the black back on its spot. Oh, and then he's missed the red. Can you believe it?
Judd Trump.
Well,
18.
after that great black, maybe he just took his eye off the red slightly. A little bit careless, maybe. Well, it's already terrific entertainment. We've only been going 20 minutes. So it bodes well for the next couple of hours or however long they take to play this final. Probably not long, in truth, even if it goes the full 7 frames, which I'm sure many in this audience are hoping it will. Lotto Arena was pretty full this morning when they started out in the last 16. The audience has grown all day. It's packed now. Got something like 1,600 people in for this final. Well, is O'Sullivan contemplating a plant as a shot to nothing? Take the white back to ball. Came round to have a look at it. Yeah, saw him look at that. And if the white slows up, he'll be on a bulk colour. Just gone too far. If the red hadn't gone in, the way where it's finished would have been perfect, but of course he'd rather have been on the colour, so it's just a little tickle here. Got to be careful here. That's okay. Trump's in trouble. Look at the red spread far and wide.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Yes, this is awkward. You could get the cue ball to the red on the top cushion. That's what he's looking at here. Doesn't want to go round it though, he's going to leave it on. Oh
Foul.
dear, that could be terminal.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
It was the plant though from O'Sullivan that put Trump in trouble, and now he's in again. What can he do here, Ronnie? Moody's in. You wouldn't be surprised if he won the frame from this visit. That's how good he is after all. This time he's got the black on its spot. Pink will go as well to the middle. Oh, he's missed the black. Well, he overcut that by some distance. That is a surprise. Wasn't expecting that. I'm sure he wasn't either.
One.
Trump's got a score here then. This is a good chance now. And you won't get that many in a match of this distance.
8.
Not against
9.
Ronnie O'Sullivan anyway.
$16. 17.
That's the thing with snooker. It's not like tennis where you're hitting the ball back over the net. When you get your chance, your opponent can do nothing. 24. So it is up to you, and of course that increases the pressure. I'm not saying O'Sullivan missed that black because of pressure, but he missed it, that's the point, and Trump's got every chance now of drawing level at 1-1. Doesn't need to worry about the awkward red on the side
32.
cushion. He won't need that. He's already 48 ahead, so he's a couple of 3 balls away from winning this frame.
33.
Black and 1 more red needed. And he'll be relieved. He's, well, what's he done here? That is incredible.
40.
Does this red go? Is he on it? It's nowhere near where he wanted to be. Might just be able to snick it in. Well, he can. And he's relieved.
41.
It is a little nervy. I think it's not necessarily the occasion. It's the length of the match. If this was the world final, you'd have 2
44.
days to get going. But here, 7 frames maximum.
45.
No breaks, no intervals, so that's, I think, just added an edge of tension, which is always, if you're watching, makes it more exciting because you get the unexpected misses and the drama that we've seen so often before in snooker.
50. 51.
Well, freeze the red.
58.
This will give Trump every confidence now to give him the chance to show the crowd what he can do. A few little exhibition
59.
shots as well. They're both such great entertainers. That's one way of getting on the yellow. You won't find it in any textbook, though. Wow, audacious.
68.
This will make him feel so good now that he's won the frame. He can just relax a little. 68, enough for Judd Trump after O'Sullivan 63 in the first frame. And shouting to be heard over this enthusiastic crowd in Antwerp. It's 1-1. Trump has beaten O'Sullivan before on television. In fact, a few years ago in the Grand Prix quarter-finals, he beat him. O'Sullivan has beaten him as well, and I'm sure they're both, when they saw who they'd be playing in the final, they'd both be looking forward to it because they knew it'd be a huge occasion. It is anyway because it's a final, but these are the two really popular and entertaining players around, and you can tell that, of course, by the crowd reaction. I'm sure it would have been packed anyway. Obviously, when they bought the tickets, they didn't know who'd be in the final, but with the two players that are through, the fans here are in for a real treat, and they're very excited, and why not? A word, by the way, on the referee. He's actually younger even than Judd Trump, this referee, Christoph Asian, and not really noticed him so far, which is the best compliment you can pay to a referee because it means he's doing his job properly. Frame 3.
Thank you.
Judd Trump and Ronnie
Third
O'Sullivan
frame.
1-all.
Judd Trump to break.
Well, they've both shown us what they can do. Well, he's lining this red up. Oh, he's so close. There's not going to be much turn down, I don't think, tonight. Particularly after, as I say, they've both shown us what they can do. O'Sullivan with that 63 in the first, Trump with the 68 in the second. But, well, hang on, he's okay. Of course, Trump's 68 got in from O'Sullivan's missed black off the spot. But for that, who knows, it could have been 2-0. It's going to come down this final, I suspect, to the odd shot here and there. One loose red, and then he's going to have to split them.
6.
Well, he's left himself low on the black to power into them. He's going to have to power into them too. Don't forget to pop the black, though. That's always the thing to remember in this situation. Well, he certainly split them. My word is he split them. And the skill of Judd Trump. This is a definite frame-winning opportunity. Black available, reds everywhere. Fill your boots on.
$15.
He's already had 129 centuries in his career, 18 this season. O'Sullivan out on 6.54, the only player behind Stephen Hendry, who's just over 100 ahead of him.
23.
But Trump, of course, has not been long on the circuit. He's going to make many, many big breaks. He'd like one here to take the lead and just keep O'Sullivan squirming a little in his seat.
30. $31.
Massive bounce off the cushion. It'll be okay because he's on the red to the middle, but that was a massive bounce.
38.
Flew off that cushion. And that's these little things can have an effect. It's kicks and it's big bounces that can interfere even with the very best and most skillful players in the world. But he's okay, he's on the red. Just needs to regroup, he's still going.
39.
He's got that red in bolt. And the other one as well between yellow and blue. So it doesn't matter that he's this side of the blue. As long as he pops it, of course. Most important thing, break building, is to try and keep it as simple as you can. Don't look for problems
45.
when they're not there, because if you do look, you will find them. Shouldn't find too many here. This blue puts him 50 ahead.
$50. $51.
Third frame, third half century. Could be a century, though. Plenty on here for young Judd Trump. 22 years of age now.
56.
Been around a while. As a junior, he had a great career. Turned professional 6 years ago.
57.
Blue puts him 62 ahead. Possible 75 on. Red and a pink would be enough here to leave O'Sullivan needing a snooker.
62.
As would red and a blue, come to that. And put him 68 ahead.
63.
67 on. Straight on this, he just needs to screw the white back for the loose red. Don't go anywhere near that cluster until the frame is won. Just needs to pop this. It's one snooker needed, but obviously if this goes in, then it should be frame over. And it is in. And it's 2-1 to Trump, all right.
69.
And now he's got the angle on the blue to split these and try and make the century. That's unlucky, but it doesn't matter.
Judd Trump.
Don't think Ronnie's going to come back.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
69 from Judd
Frame,
Trump.
Judd
Ronnie
Trump.
O'Sullivan nods his head. This is an absolute sprint now, isn't it? We've been playing half an hour. Judd Trump leads Ronnie O'Sullivan 2-1. Well, it's living up to its billing, isn't it, this? I'm loving every minute of this. And I'm sure you are, and I'm sure the crowd are as well. If you are watching anywhere around the world, at Dave Hendon on Twitter, I'd love to know where you're watching this. I'm sure we'll see many a battle between these two over the course of this season and the next few seasons. They've had many a battle in practice, no doubt, but at the moment it's the young man, the pupil, who is leading the master. I've been asked on Twitter to mention Mario Mora. I don't know why, but I have mentioned him. He was a short player, Mario Mora, well accustomed to using the rest. I remember when I first saw Judd Trump play, he was only 10. He was playing in one of the English national finals, and obviously at that age he was short, and he used
Thank
the
you.
rest for most shots. But
Fourth frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan. to
well, he's a
break.
man now, and he's leading the 3 times world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan 2-1 in the final. 4 frames needed, remember, for victory. Oh, well, has he grown in confidence, or has he grown in confidence? What a pot that was, and the only disappointment, he's just gone slightly too far. But this was a terrific red. Hand on the rail, didn't seem to make any difference. They're the balls he was knocking in every day at the Crucible, and that's why he earned that huge army of fans. He's the most popular player, Judd Trump, on Twitter. Got a lot more followers than I have. 53,000. Well, he's taking the blue on. This is a massive shot. This is a massive shot. Oh, what a pot. Has he just run too far, though, for the red by the black? Well, that shows how confident he is. I thought he was just going to roll up to the yellow, but he fancied the blue. He went for the blue. He knocked it in. And it looks like he can just cut this red. Well, can he? This might be time to just close the shop a bit. There's no need to push the boat out too much, but they're two terrific pots.
Judd trump, 6.
Well, if you don't enjoy this, then loath to tell you to turn off, but frankly, what's the point if you don't enjoy this? Go and watch the test card or something. As David Cameron once said to Tony Blair, you were the future once. Ronnie O'Sullivan was in this position when he was a young lad against the top players. Now he's one of the all-time legends. Judd Trump is trying to earn that status. He's certainly got the skills to do so. Ronnie the Rocket O'Sullivan, sometimes known as the Essex Exocet, although you need the right teeth in to say that. Could go wrong. Judd Trump, known as the ace in the pack. I call him the Juddernaut, but unfortunately I'm the only one. I thought it was a pretty good nickname, but doesn't seem to have caught on. In fact, Judd himself said he didn't like it. Well, I'm not going to say it's a big frame because they all are, but from Ronnie O'Sullivan's point of view, all he's done in the last 15 minutes is Mr. Black off the spot and has been completely blitzed since. He wants to get back in and remind young Mr. Trump, who's boss out there. Easier said than done, though. Because even if you play a good safety, it's not necessarily safe. He doesn't want that in the pocket.
Foul.
Well, that gives Trump the chance to get his hand
Judd
on the
Trump,
bed of the
4.
table. He will look to pot one here, I'm sure. Well, we've seen him knock so many in already in the match. If this goes in, every chance to knock a big break in. Well, was there any doubt? The man is absolutely buzzing.
Wow.
He made a nervy start in that opening frame. Well, the nerves have gone. Well, that's fair to say. What a cracking pot again. Is there anyone better at the moment than knocking in the long ones? Neil Robertson, certainly up there. Ronnie, of course, as well. But Judd Trump, I think he's probably ahead of them all. He's not quite played that one right, though. He's just slightly hampered himself here on this red over the pink. There is another one that goes, but he's going to take this one. But this is just a little more awkward than it should have been.
7.
Judd Trump, the sort of player that makes everyone jealous. He's young, talented, attractive, can play great snooker, he's rich. And yet, for some reason, we still like him.
14.
His first nickname, I think, was Haircut 100, courtesy of Rob Walker, the MC. But, of course, Judd, he's too young to remember that pop band from the 80s. However, this is shaping up to be a fantastic day for him.
$21.
One thing he mustn't do, though, is get careless, take his eye off anything. Snooker, however good you are, is still a difficult game. He needs to focus on every ball because he knows that were he to win tonight, particularly the way he's playing, it would be a really massive moment for him. Yes, he won the China Open. Yes, he was in the World Final. But to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan live on television in a final,
27.
playing this sort of snooker, would set him up nicely with the UK Championship coming around the corner. and indeed the Premier League playoffs,
28.
where, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan is the king of that tournament.
$35.
A few people tweeting to say they're watching. We've got Tony's watching in Malta, not Tony Drago. I should
41.
make that clear. A few others as well. Thank you very much for your comments. I'm sure you're enjoying this. It's just a shame, isn't it? It's not longer, this match. I could watch this all day
42.
long. Judd Trump 58 ahead if the pink goes in. That blue he took on before, some of the old sweats of the game will be shaking
48.
their head saying, well, it's the wrong shot, but it's not the wrong shot if you can pot it. And he just fancied it and he knocked it
49.
in. And, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's called taking the game to your opponent, and Ronnie O'Sullivan usually does that. He's usually the one out there walking around the table with a swagger, knocking everything in. But tonight,
55.
it's this audaciously talented 22-year-old
56.
Judd Trump who is beginning to teach him a bit of a snooker lesson. This is frame ball. Well, Judd Trump is turning it on and turning it on and turning it on some more.
63.
This is terrific snooker, and Ronnie O'Sullivan has not done much wrong, has he?
63.
Well, he tweeted
69.
before his previous match he was eating a Belgian waffle. I think that might become the food of choice for snooker players. He's missed that one.
69.
That's a shame, but 69 nonetheless, which is the same as the break we had in the previous frame. 40 minutes playing time. We've had 4 frames. Judd Trump has won the last 3. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan 3-1. I don't know how Ronnie's going to stop him now, other than tying him up in his seat, because even Ronnie's good safety shots are letting him in. But in that previous frame, of course, O'Sullivan went in off, and as I said at the time, it gave Trump a chance to put his hand on the bed of the table, and you knew he was going to go for the red, and I think most people expected him to get it, and the bottom line is he expected him to get it. He got it. He won the frame in another single visit. It's just incredible stuff. It's living up to its billing. I'm sure, though, many people here are hoping O'Sullivan can come back and take us all the way. We want all 7 frames. But he's got to get in, and if he's in, he's got to stay in, because this match has rather turned round from that miss black in the second frame, where Trump looked a little edgy early on, but when O'Sullivan missed that black, it all turned round, and now Trump is 2 up with 3 to play.
5th frame. Judd Trump to break.
Well, I've been doing snooker on the circuit now for 14 years, and you do at times get a little jaded and cynical and sarcastic, but matches like this remind you why you came into the sport in the first place. This has been terrific entertainment. Oh, it's another mistake from O'Sullivan. He's caught the blue, and immediately here it's a chance for Trump. Well, he won the PTC earlier this season in Gloucester. He beat Ding Junhui 4-0. That was about 40 minutes for the match. Well, is he on anything? I think there is a cut back here. It's a bit risky, though. Just the way he's playing, though, he's just really going for it, isn't he? Well, this is on. Got to get the cue ball through for the blue, which he's not really done. But then again, probably going to take the blue on as well. Don't think the black goes. So a big shot coming up on this blue. Could be the key to him possibly taking out the match here. He's missed one. And Ronnie O'Sullivan's got a chance, and time's running out for the Rocket. He's got to try and make the most of this. I did say this was a big shot. Even Judd Trump's not going to pot absolutely everything. So, can O'Sullivan get back into this? We have viewers on the stream in Australia.
One.
Anthony Benz has tweeted, sorry I didn't mention you, but it's quite hard to monitor the tweets with the speed of play. Well, O'Sullivan
6.
has been around a long time, 20 years getting on for on the circuit. He's seen it all, he's played them all, he's beat them all.
7.
I'm sure he is as impressed as anyone with Judd Trump, but he also knows this isn't over yet. Ronnie O'Sullivan has played superbly in this tournament, and he's had the right attitude throughout, and he needs to re-employ that attitude here
14.
and just try and get himself back into things. But he can't afford to miss, that's the bottom line.
15. $22. 23.
Well, he could split them here. There are open reds, though, so he doesn't have to by any means. Well, he's just softly going into them. That's a clever way of playing it, actually. He's got them all open now.
28.
The black will certainly pop to the right corner. The pink's available. The blue's available. You've got to say it is a chance to win the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan's had a little
29.
go here and there about some of the penny pinching in snooker. I was just wondering if Barry Hearn is charging these players for the light, because they're playing at such a speed. Maybe you get the first hour free.
$35. 36.
I can see now why they had a young referee. I think some of the older ones would be need to sit down. Running around the table he's doing.
44.
So another half century coming up. An important break for O'Sullivan, just to stem the tide here.
$51. $52.
Well, he's as cool as you like out there. He's been hit with a bit of an onslaught, but it's happened before, and of course he's done it to plenty. Remember when he played John Higgins in the Grand Prix final 2005, and John hit him with 4 centuries in a row.
58.
492 points, I think it was, about reply.
59.
Sometimes you just can't do anything about it. Like I said earlier, you sat in your chair. But he could do something about it here when he got his chance, and he's taken his chance really well. And he just needs this red, and it's going to be 3-2.
66.
And this final, he's not over yet.
67.
Class break this from O'Sullivan, because Judd Trump was absolutely flying for 3 frames.
$74.
Come on, let's make it best of 17. Why not?
$75.
Sure, the players wouldn't mind. I certainly wouldn't. The crowd wouldn't. Well, it's like an exhibition. You wouldn't think there were ranking points on it. And it was live on television across the world and on the internet as well. If you can make it 3-3, then it really will be something, because then, again, the pressure comes on and it's who stands up to it in the decider. But first of all, of course, got to win the next frame. He's won this one in fine style.
89.
Audience applauding every shot now. They were excited before they all came in. I think You're going to need a lie down tomorrow. Well, what a pot that was. He's just reminding Trump here, I think, that yes, I can play as well, you know. I'm not too shabby myself.
93.
Another century then coming up
96.
for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's had a few in this tournament. 25 this season already. Well, listen to the cheer for snooker artistry at its best.
105.
And the man painting that picture out there, Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's not out of this yet.
111.
We thought this final would be good. I'm not sure we dare believe it'd be this good. 118 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He reduces the gap to 3-2. And this now is turning into a classic. Well, O'Sullivan's gone out. I think we all need just to take a couple of breaths. We've been playing, what, 50 minutes with the 5 frames? No shot clock, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's been terrific entertainment. Just a question now whether O'Sullivan can force the decider. He's put a few doubts in Judd Trump's mind, although I'm not sure it really works like that with Trump. He won't be worried yet. 3-3, slightly worried maybe. But Judd's at that age where he just enjoys playing the game, and even if he lost tonight, yes, he'd be disappointed, but he's still loving being out there in this atmosphere. When he was introduced with John Higgins before the World Final, the last session at the Crucible last season, the Crucible has never seen, I promise you, anything like that. Even in the days of Alex Higgins, the atmosphere, everyone said, Willie Thorne said, and he's been there forever, that it was extraordinary. In fact, Willie was in tears waiting to commentate with the BBC, and it just shows you what this sport can do. Snooker is a sport that attracts a lot of criticism, usually from people who know nothing about it. But on nights like this, it's reminding everyone that it's still box office. And in Europe, it's enjoying an extraordinary honeymoon. We had a great tournament in Germany last February. German Masters in Berlin. We had a PTC there, Paul Hunter Classic, which Mark Selby won in August. Poland, the Warsaw Classic, which Neil Robertson won as well, was packed out. Here in Belgium, they've done us proud. And these two players are now doing us proud in the final. It's 3-2 to Judd Trump as O'Sullivan returns to the arena for frame 6. Hold on to your hats.
Sixth frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Excellent break-off shot. Playing cue ball to where he wanted it to be on the baulk cushion. Well, if he knocks this in, I think we can all go home. Well, for a minute, it was in, and there was no question of him playing safe, was there? He was just going to go for it, but he's left it on. Well, all that safety in the first frame, we've not seen too much since then, have we? But the wonderful thing about this final, whoever wins, these people here, these 1,700 people, are going to go home raving about snooker, can't wait to come back again and tell their friends, you've got to come next year. I'm sure it'll be back on here. And who's to say this won't grow into a bigger tournament
6.
in future years? We've had ranking events in Belgium before.
7.
Well, O'Sullivan first in, looking to make it 3-3. It's going to come down,
14.
I guess, here to splitting the reds, which he is, well, I think undoubtedly the best player out in the game, getting them open, getting that, as Joe Johnson always calls
15.
it, the whiz on the cue ball. If the split comes off right, then You've got to fancy another big break. Should disturb a few here.
22.
Well, he's done that. Just got to make sure the black, though. Missed that black to the other opposite corner pocket earlier in frame 2, and things turned around after that. But that black is in, and Ronnie O'Sullivan is in, and this now is a great chance for 3-3.
$31.
Well, it would be fitting if it went the distance, wouldn't it? And it's looking likely to. Just got to guard against carelessness, and of course the unknown, the unexpected as well, a kick, a bad bounce or whatever. But from what we've seen so far, you would fancy him to win the frame here.
39.
Jimmy White's
44.
tweeting as well about this, saying about Ronnie looking dangerous and in the zone. Jimmy's been involved in a lot of occasions like this in his time. Of course, he lost to Trump last night. But so gracious, Jimmy. He'll be cheering probably for both of them.
45.
Knowing Jimmy, just enjoying the spectacle. Already up to the half century.
52.
Well, we've had a half century in every frame, including, of course, the century from O'Sullivan in the last frame. Oh, that black wasn't clean. Just caught the jaw, but it went in.
60.
He leads by 60. So, couple of 3 balls, and it looks
61.
like we're heading for a decider. If you got the time wrong and thought it was starting at 8 o'clock UK
66.
time as opposed to 7 o'clock, then that was not a good
67.
decision, because you've missed some brilliant snooker. This is frame ball for 3-3. Well, what can you say? This is just extraordinary stuff. I can't remember the last match I saw where every single frame
75.
was as good as this.
$82.
Could be back-to-back centuries.
83.
Nigel Bond, actually, with the highest break so far, 137. No high break prize, though, so didn't really make much difference. But O'Sullivan
90.
could make a 1-4-1 if he took blacks with these remaining reds.
91.
Well, Judd Trump pushed the boat out, but he's done that all match. It's worked.
97.
He took that very difficult long red on with the cue ball on the top cushion. And he hasn't had another shot. O'Sullivan there just knocking that red out. This pink for back-to-back centuries. He is right back in the match. And how? Emphatic response from O'Sullivan to the onslaught from Judd Trump. And we're going to have a decider. And we've only been playing an hour. We've had 6 frames.
105. $112. $117.
Well, I don't care that this is only best of 7. This is one of the all-time great matches as far as I'm concerned. And the best news is we've got another frame to come. you say? It's not just the skill, it's the entertainment. These two understand this sport. It's not a science, it's the entertainment business they're in, and they are entertaining. Well, he's gone, he's missed the black. But it doesn't matter. 132 from Ronnie O'Sullivan after the 118 in the previous frame. Back-to-back centuries. 2-ton O'Sullivan hits back. It's 3-3, and they're heading for a decider. Well, what can you say about that? An hour's play, 6 frames, 2 centuries from O'Sullivan, 3 half-centuries from Trump. O'Sullivan kicked off with a half-century. It's a fitting climax to what's been an excellent tournament. And I'm sure the decider will be every bit as exciting. We've not had a close frame yet. I wonder if this will be the one. But they're just scoring so heavily, you just feel if either one of them gets in, they're going to win the frame at that visit. Well, who's your money on? It's hard to say, isn't it? Obviously, Trump was flying early on. He only had one shot in that frame, missed that red, and that was that. So I think it's whoever gets in first, and the break-off shot here could be crucial. Trump has got to make sure he doesn't leave anything on. So the last frame of the final of PTC9 here in Antwerp, Judd Trump to break. He led 3-1. It's now 3-3. Well, I said he can't afford to leave a red on. This red is on, just a question of whether O'Sullivan takes it on. We've hardly seen anything turned down in this final. And we've not seen much missed from distance. But a little bit of extra tension on now, because this is the last frame. Oh, well, it was bang in the middle, and he's on the black. I mean, this is just incredible stuff between these two. And again, it's going to come down very shortly to opening the reds up. He did in a similar type of shot in the last frame, off a red. Coming back for the black. Well, he can't, can he? He can't finish with a 147, surely. Cue ball a little close to the side cushion for comfort. Everyone getting excited. The referee just asking for a little bit of hush, which is quite right in the decider. He's dead straight. I think that's the problem here. Well, Trump has broken off. Sometimes, as I said before, he did break off. That's all you do. But O'Sullivan's got to try and fashion some sort of angle here to get on a red. He's dead straight. And, of course, all you can do if you're straight is either go forwards or backwards. And he's a little close to that side cushion, so just wanted some sort of angle on this black. That's all he could do, just drop it in. That's all he has done, in fact. So that might be a reprieve for Trump.
60. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 60.
Well, it's not a maximum. He played an extraordinary match once, the old Charity Challenge tournament against Stephen Hendry. That was a best-of-17 final. It was a little bit like this. It was exhibition stuff, really. The standard was incredible. That was when Ronnie was a young lad and Hendry was the established player. And Hendry led 8-2. O'Sullivan came back to 8-all. Stephen Hendry knocked in a long red, made a 147. Thank you very much, and good night. A winner 9-8. It's a terrific shot from Trump. Didn't want to cut the yellow. More like the cue ball on the cushion because there haven't been many hiding places for that white ball this evening. Great shot. It's not just the potting and the break building, the safety as well has been excellent. It's all been excellent. It's a little thin, but I don't think he's left anything on. Just gives Trump a chance to play an easier safety shot, and he's not going to force a mistake from Trump here. Well, he's opened them up, so he needs the cover. Doesn't want to kiss the yellow, but again, doesn't look to have left anything on. It's no great surprise that in the decider the safety is coming out, but will Judd Trump take this on? He's taken so many extraordinary pots on in the match. Most of them, though, when he was ahead. When it's a decider, you need to think again. He played it the right way. He tried to get the cue ball back to bulk as a shot to nothing. He's caught the pink and blue, but it doesn't matter because the red's gone in. So Judd Trump's in. O'Sullivan's been in. Now it's Trump's turn, and the old cliche is true. In a decider, you're looking for a chance. That's all you're looking for. There's all sorts of people on Twitter. Walter Donaldson has tweeted, but former world champion from Scotland, been dead for 40 years, so I think it's safe to assume it's not the Walter Donaldson. Wonder what he would have made of this sort of snooker. It wasn't like this in his day, and the world final took 3 weeks. John Pullman was a former world champion years and years and years ago in the 1940s. He won the English amateur title with the highest break of 25. Times have changed. Well, Trump obviously wants to get in and around the black here. Now, how's this looking? This might be gone wrong. Well, there's one to the middle, but it's very awkward. Don't know whether this one cuts to the left corner. Don't think so. Well, he's had another look and he thinks it does. It's thin though. He was just looking to land on a red there, get on the black, and then, I guess, take out the match. But, well, he's trying to talk himself into this, and that's not always a good thing. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Goes to the middle, but getting out for a colour isn't straightforward. Well, he's having another look at it. She's dangerous. Well, I think, Judd, if you don't like it, don't take it on. He's taking this one on by the looks of things. Got to try and run the cue ball through, though. Well, that's all he could do, really. Well, now, Judd Trump looking at the blue, but my word, talking about big shots. Doesn't have to go for it. Can play safe. There's no law saying you have to take everything on, but it's the way he's played not only this final, but this tournament. Decision time. Does he go for it or not? Well, I think he's taking the green on. Well, that's it. Very brave shot choice. He knew he could have lost the final from that shot, but to have the belief and the confidence in your own ability to take it on, as I say, didn't have to take a colour on. But not only did he take the green on, he knocked it in, and now he is in. Back in position again. So Judd Trump then has gone favourite in this final.
11. 18.
And in some ways,
19.
it will be a better victory now for Trump if he wins 4-3 after O'Sullivan made the 2 centuries, because he would have been proven to have held up to the pressure. Not there yet, though, but you've got to say, the way he's played and the way the balls are set, it would be a surprise
26.
now if O'Sullivan had the chance to come back to the table.
$27.
Well, this final is going to live long in the memory for those of us privileged enough to have watched it. It wasn't a long match, but it was a great match. Standard produced between these two has knocked everything else out of the park. Ronnie O'Sullivan sat in his seat,
34.
and I'm sure he thinks it's over. Is there a twist in the tail? We've had a big break in every
35.
frame. We haven't had any close frames. No scraps on the colours. Judd Trump hoping it's going to stay that way here. That's not perfect, but it's all right.
40.
Looking at the red, I guess, to this left corner. This is where a couple of deep breaths come in handy, even for a player this good, just to take a little bit of time.
41.
There's no doubt, though, Judd Trump, he's so comfortable on the big stage. He doesn't shrink from it. He belongs on it. He's proved that this year. And he'll have proved it again if he wins here at this visit.
$43.
Well, if these two ever played in the World Final, I think the Crucible the roof would come off. Hang on, hang on, hang on.
44.
He's not there on the black. Well, that is a surprise. He was going so well, and that twist in the tail I was talking about may have come there. 28 ahead. This is the time to play safe. Well, please don't tell me he's looking at the yellow. He's got to play safe here. Just close the shot.
Yellow ball.
He's nominated yellow. Just for a minute, I thought he was going for that, but he's very sensibly tried to put the yellow safe. It's not quite as safe as he would have liked on the side cushion, but Judd Trump will be disappointed there. He didn't get on the black off that red just when he looked like he was going to win it. He leads by 28, and maybe the most dramatic frame will turn out to be this deciding frame. O'Sullivan does come back to the table. Hang on, where's the red going? Oh dear, it's on. For a minute I thought it might go in. Well, it's another chance for Trump. It's a reprieve really for Trump.
Quiet, please.
Oh, got a good cue ball though, Sullivan, but that red travelling has given Trump this opportunity to once again win this final. And I just feel he's going to do it this time. He's already 28 ahead as he comes to the table.
1.
Well done.
5.
Well, hasn't it been fun? Even if you're a Ronnie O'Sullivan fan, you've got to admit this has been terrific entertainment.
6.
Well, He's not quite there yet. He's 34 ahead. The blue makes it 39, but he's the wrong side of the blue. He still needs another red, and he wanted to be this side. Sorry, the other side, towards the bulk line of the blue. So he's left himself slightly more difficult red than he would have liked. But let's face it, the balls he's knocked in the match. He's once again favourite to drill this in. It would be an apt frame and match ball, really, this one. But he's not potted it. Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, that's cool. He's fluked it. And it's been such a high-quality final, such a skillful final. It didn't deserve to finish like that, but that's snooker for you. It's a game that can do your head in at times. But take out that one shot, and it's been just a terrific spectacle. But you've got to feel for O'Sullivan there. He didn't deserve that. Well, he can enjoy the moments of victory. Any win over Ronnie O'Sullivan is worth savouring, but to do it in this sort of style, you can understand Trump getting excited. Oh, well, it's going out in style. Entertaining this packed house, who have loved every minute of this final, which has lasted just an hour and 15 minutes for its 7 frames. O'Sullivan won the first frame with a break of 63, missed a black off the spot to let Trump in the second. Trump made 68, then 69, then another 69 for 3-1. Back came O'Sullivan, 118 and 132. Trump didn't win this decider at his first attempt, but O'Sullivan left that red on, and in the end, Judd Trump has fluked frame and match ball red to win the title. The pupil beats the master after a great exhibition of snooker. They're on their feet in the Lotto Arena in Antwerp for a great match and a great chance